brothers, but not by birth. Family, but not by DNA. David and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth.
Tell you what, Adam, this is a little weird, man. I'm out of my element. I'm not even in my recording studio.
I know. Looks like you're on your bed. Are you on your bed in your bedroom?
I am on my bed in my bedroom on my iPhone.
Yeah.
My recording computer, my recording microphone, my everything, man. It's on in my office. It's on my office table. I think I sent you a picture. I have a whole command center set up on my dining room table. I've got 3 monitors for work and my recording computer, everything set up on the dining room table. But I'm a little out of element here because the remodel of the basement has started.
Are they wearing masks?
They are.
Okay,
they're being safe.
Are they all staying 6 feet apart?
Sure.
I'm just being a pain.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But it's different, man. This is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah. It's going to be awesome when it's done, but I liked having my own little shut off office. So when I'm working, I'm at work. When I'm with the family, I'm with the family. Not want to be. I always want to be with the family.
Of course.
But okay. So we've gone 2 or 3 minutes into the show and we haven't even done this yet. I am the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, all the way from the top of the state of Alabama, Madison, Alabama, because like Madison, I am on top of the podcast game. You are the phenomenal brother, Adam Russell, all the way from the middle of the state of Florida, St. Cloud, and the House of the Closed Mouse.
The Closed House of Mouse, yes.
That makes me sad.
So with your studio arrangement being in somewhat of a disarray, that means we're changing things up. So give everybody who's listening a little bit of a preview into what they can expect.
Okay. So these next 3 or 4 shows are going to be shorter than normal for multiple reasons. Well, one, it's harder for me to find a place in the time to record because I had a dedicated recording space. So the girls would go to bed. Amanda go and study and do all her getting ready to graduate things. But I don't have that dedicated space anymore. My entire basement is being renovated. So we're having to do batch recording. So in order to do batch recording, you've got to be shorter. And so we're going to try to do about 30 to 35 minute episodes. But the other reason is we know that you're not in your car driving back and forth to work right now. And we know that a lot of people listen to us when they're driving back and forth and when they are trying to drown out a lot of things at work, in the office, kind of the normal everyday office droll, I guess you can call it. But that's not happening. So we're going to cut back on time and maybe make some shorter shows for you guys. But that also means we have to be a little bit more concise, Adam. We can't go down rabbit holes.
That's right. Well, the rabbit holes just have to be about the size of a rabbit.
Yeah, because that's easy for us.
Especially with our first topic.
Oh, man. Yeah. This one's going to take a little time. But so as y'all know, I think I've mentioned it on the show multiple times. I am reading / listening to all the Harry Potter books. I've watched all the movies finally, and I am 7 hours left of 18 hours into the Half-Blood Prince. So I am very close to finishing. And I will tell you this, the books are so much better than the movies.
Oh, no doubt.
I feel like I knew the Harry Potter stories with the movies, but I didn't know the in-depth detail. And I think we touched on that on the very first episode.
Sure.
Because we had just watched, I think I had just watched the second Deathly Hallows when we recorded the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I think one of my biggest complaints was that, hey, I kind of like leaning back. Ooh, this is comfortable.
Are you
This is actually better. This is better than my recording.
This is going to be the new thing.
Probably not, because I like my studio. Oh, the new studio, by the way, here's a rabbit hole. The new studio is going to be the biggest house in the room.
The biggest house in the room?
Biggest room in the house.
Wow.
Amanda is not happy about that.
Well, you know what? She signed up for it.
Yeah, she said she don't want to hear any more complaining either.
Well, it's one other thing we won't hear any more of is the herd of turtles, right?
The herd of turtles will be gone. It will be completely soundproofed. So,
yay!
And by the way,
another rabbit hole.
This is just you might hear some audio veritas today and these next 4 episodes, because while we're recording, they are working on the house.
Yep.
So, and the girls are awake and all that fun stuff.
All that stuff.
But anyway, I think I said on the first episode that I wanted more in depth about the Half-Blood Prince's book.
Sure.
And boy, howdy, am I getting it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong. Remember, it's been 8 months since I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
In Half-Blood Prince, I don't remember Harry Potter owning Kreacher in the movie.
Harry Potter, Kreacher worked in the Black House. And since Harry Potter was his heir of sorts.
Right.
I think that's why. Now, owning, I'm not sure about owning. I should probably go ask Blair. I don't know exactly about owning, but I think he took all of that. I could be wrong, though.
But because the reason I'm saying that, because in the book, and I just listened to this part before we started recording.
Yeah.
In the book, he sends Kreacher and Dobby. He forces Kreacher, and Dobby does it because he wants to. But he tells Draco.
Yeah.
And tells Kreacher, you have to do it. You can't warn him. You can't write it. You can't communicate anyway. You have to tell him. You have to basically be a tail on him. So I don't even think that part was in the movie.
I don't remember that in the movie either.
And if it was just Dobby. It wasn't Kreacher.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Kreacher was in the movie, but it was just very, like, I don't remember it being Kreacher, the one that tips Sirius and makes him go off to after Potter and all that stuff in the Order of the Phoenix.
Tips? What do you mean tips him?
So in Order of the Phoenix in the book, Sirius tells Kreacher, "Oh, just get out of the house." Well, when he does, he goes off to Voldemort and tells Voldemort, "Hey, this is how you're going to get to Sirius and how you get to Harry Potter."
Yeah, that was not. I just watched Order of the Phoenix the other day. That was not in the movie.
Right. So
yeah, it's a lot of those kind of little details. One of the things I wish that a casual observer of the movies would have a better understanding of in, I guess it was Prisoner of Azkaban, would be the Marauders map and who Padfoot, Wormtail, Mooney, and Prongs were. Because they don't really go into that at all. And they reference it later. I think it's in Order of the Phoenix. They talk about, Padfoot and that type of thing. They actually use that language because at that point, once you've made it to that movie, I guess they assume you're in. But I remembered a lot more and you just listened to the books, so it's been a while for me. But I remember a lot more of that descriptiveness in Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yep.
Around who they were and everything, and that's such a cool part of the story to me because it's, it's one of those things that is just a creative way of kind of foreshadowing who someone is, and you never catch it. because you don't
Right.
think anything of it until the moment is there.
Right.
So,
You never fully know that James was an animagus. And so, like, in the movies, you're like, okay, Harry's Patronus is a stag. Cool.
Yeah.
But in the book, the fact that his dad's animal was a stag and his
Yeah.
Patronus is a stag,
Yeah.
it hits you in the heartstrings.
Yeah, it does. And the fact that Scabbers was Peter Pettigrew the whole time, spoiler alert. And
Wow.
how long has he been around with Ron and kind of snooping on everything and spying on everything? And he's been they've had an inside guy the whole time up until you learn that. And it's just,
Right.
it's really interesting. I mean, a lot of that detail, and, who in the world thinks about that kind of stuff in that level of depth anymore with literature? It makes you just appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who thinks about it, J.K. Rowling. But
JK does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, J.K. might be, and I don't know if you would take offense to this, but J.K. might be this generation's Walt Disney, just with her storytelling and
the storytelling capability. Yeah, absolutely. I think where, it's funny because you can ride a wave of something for a good long time,
right.
and that's the thing that is. I think the Fantastic Beasts movies have been pretty good. I mean, they're passable for sure. The first one I wasn't crazy about. The second one I think was a lot better, but I think a lot of that backstory is still spun off of things that are referenced in the books and in the movies, from the original set.
Well, and that's another thing. If you just watch the movies, they don't really hint about the Fantastic Beasts.
Sure. Yeah.
But in the book, they actually say it was written by this guy whose great-great-grandson or granddaughter is at Hogwarts right now with Harry.
Yeah, sure.
So there you go.
And it's funny because the movies are like the movies are almost like a skeleton of the books in a way, with window dressing hung on it, and you get the shape of it, you get the feel of it, you know what's going on, but the in-depth, like, it's like the reason, when you read Rise of Skywalker's actual adaptation in the novel, you get so much more detail than they could have ever put in the movie, or it would have been a 5-hour movie. It would have been like Gone with the Wind and Star Wars stuff.
I'm okay with that.
But then, yeah, exactly. But then with the Cursed Child screenplay, that's like barely even a skeleton with window dressing. It's like just a skeleton hanging on the wall, because you lose a lot of understanding of what's really happening in that, because it's written in the script version. And I really wish that Cursed Child could be morphed into an entire book. And I know you want people to go see the play, and I know they want people to not know everything it's about really until they see it. But that one being a book, I think, is a must-have, because I didn't realize. I blew through it when we first got it. I read it and kind of enjoyed it, and I kind of walked away from it. But having stepped away from it when Blair and I watched a recent Harry Potter movie marathon on TV, we had it on in the background, and at night we watched a couple of them, and we did a little Googling about the prophecy and, what does it mean? Neither can live while the other survives. How is that possible? Because they're living while the other survives the whole time. And so I was always confused by that, but it really boils down to the fact that they had to die at the hand of the other is what it really meant at the end of the day.
Right.
But I didn't realize, it never dawned on me because I never really processed it. I just blew through it and walked away from it. But Cursed Child is all about undoing most of what happened in the books. And you actually end up with them undoing what their dad did by trying to save one person. All of this downstream impact undid the whole thing. And I didn't really catch that to that level to that depth because of how it's written. You're used to picking up a Harry Potter book and it's almost like drinking from a fire hose. There's just so much there. But then the screenplay is just dialogue, and you don't get a lot of that internal stuff and a lot of that backstory. And it's a little bit harder to, I think, glean what she was trying to get across. So I hope they would do that. But you're absolutely right. I think the books are a whole other experience than the movies. Although I'm glad the movies exist. I do love watching them.
Oh, I am too. Because, and I'll be honest, the guy who's reading the books, the Harry Potter books, some of the voices he gets perfectly. Dumbledore's, he gets it. It is definitely Dumbledore from the movie. Yeah, he can't really do a girl's voice. So Hermione, sorry, Emma, it's not
exactly.
Emma Watson. But it's worth it. If you've got 5 or 6 months, 7 months that you want to not use your credit on Amazon, it's worth doing because it's a great way to pass the time. The first 4 books, I'd say the first 4 books are easy. You can do them in a day or two each. The Order of the Phoenix is 25 hours. The Half-Blood Prince is 18 hours.
Wow.
And I think Deathly Hallows is 23 hours or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's getting there. I will say this too. It'll make you hate the first Harry Potter movie.
Why is
Chamber.
that?
Is it Chamber? No, it's Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone, yeah. Philosopher's Stone,
Yeah.
technically.
Philosopher's Stone, yeah. Because it's Sorcerer. It's Sorcerer's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone. The original UK version is the Philosopher's Stone. And there's no need that anybody should ever change that. Philosopher's Stone.
Okay, whatever. But because they leave out so much detail in the movie. First off, Peeves isn't in any of the movies.
Who?
Peeves, the ghost.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And
the only ghost in there is John Cleese's Nearly Headless Nick, right?
Right.
And
you don't get the Baron. You don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you see the Bloody Baron, but most of the dialogue is usually reserved for Nearly Headless Nick. That's one of the just cringiest moments in that movie is when they're going to do their broom test and Harry goes off and gets the Remember All that Malfoy threw and brings it back, and McGonagall runs off and takes him to meet Wood and says, "I found you a seeker." And then the very next scene, Nearly Headless Nick is floating by saying, "Did you hear? Harry Potter's the new Gryffindor seeker. I always knew he'd do well." It's like, we got it, dude. We know what happened. We got it. It's like John Hughes. It was John Hughes, right?
John Cleese, I thought.
No. I'm talking about the director. Was it John Hughes?
Oh, yeah. I think it was John Hughes.
He had these little, like, I've got to put this in here so that the children understand, and I get it. But it's like, of course, Phoenix tears have healing powers. So it's funny to go back and watch those, Yeah,
it is.
Because there's a decided difference, but
I want to go watch the movies again, but I don't want to watch the first two because they're just so cringeworthy.
Oh, they're good though, man. They're good.
Okay.
The end of Chamber of Secrets, when Hagrid comes back at the end, and like literally Emma Watson was really crying. Yeah, like, if that doesn't get you, man, the whole movie is worth it for that. For me, I love that's my favorite wrap up to any of the Harry Potter movies was that one.
Yeah,
is it sure as Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Oh no, it's horrible. It's almost as bad as Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, no, Goblet of Fire is bad on its own right. Goblet of Fire was like J.K.'s attempt to write a teen novel.
Yeah.
It's like she knew all the kids were teenagers now. So now we got to make them go to a dance. Now they all got to like each other. And I mean, I love the end of 4 because the end of 4 reintroduces what the rest of the series is completely about. It's that halfway point. But everything leading up to that, I don't know. It's not my favorite.
Speaking of dances and love each other and all that stuff, the book sets up Harry and Ginny getting together so much better than the movies do.
Yeah.
Because in the book, you can tell that they're going to end up together. I'd say at the second book.
Well, the movies focus on Cho Chang, and that's just about it. I mean, there's a little bit of something, that's there with Harry and Ginny, but it's usually just him and Cho.
But we never see Ginny like getting red in the face every time that Harry talks to her when she's before she goes to Hogwarts.
Yeah. She's got that little stare like that. Ooh, the first time she meets him. But
everybody had that stare the first time.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But anyway, all right. So we have established the fact that we are a Harry Potter gurus. I don't know if you can call us gurus. We're Harry Potter nerds.
Yeah.
Harry Potter nerds. So because we're Harry Potter nerds, we went on to mywizardingworld.com and we now know what house we're in, what wand we would have, and what our Patronus would be. Adam, I don't think it's any shocker what house you're in, but for those that don't really know you, let's go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I am a Ravenclaw, along with Cho Chang and Trelawney and Luna Lovegood, which is
no. Cho's a Hufflepuff.
No, Cho's a Ravenclaw, according to WizardingWorld.com.
I thought that she was the seeker for Hufflepuff.
Sorry.
No, she's the seeker for Ravenclaw. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So along with Trelawney and Lovegood, I don't know what that really says about me overall, but I am Ravenclaw, the house, according to this, of wit, learning, and wisdom. And fun fact, Ravenclaw does not actually mean like a raven. So all the merchandise that has a raven is wrong. The Ravenclaw is actually any bird that has a black claw, and the eagle is usually the only one that fits that category. So technically the house animal of the Ravenclaw is the eagle, not a raven. But I guess raven fits more with the magical motif.
Right.
So what about you?
So I'm not happy with mine at all. I'm Hufflepuff.
The one
only
house, was there anybody Hufflepuff that really impacted anything in Harry Potter?
Cedric Diggory.
That's true. Diggory did, yeah.
Yeah, Diggory is really the one that you know about for Hufflepuff. It's funny that you and I have big personalities, but pretty much we're the two houses that have nothing to do with the books. I mean, you can make some thoughts, but
yeah.
Hufflepuffs appear to have the least rivalries with any other house. And if you know me, that ain't me.
But you've done it. How many times have you taken it?
5 or 6.
And it gives you Hufflepuff?
Every time.
There's a loyalty aspect there, I think, Dave.
I know.
Hey, The Rock is a Hufflepuff, just FYI.
How'd you find that out?
I Googled famous Hufflepuffs, and The Rock came up.
Okay.
And Ed Sheeran. Kristen Bell.
Okay.
Deadpool is a Hufflepuff.
How I would consider Deadpool to be a Slytherin.
I don't know. I'm just reading what the internet's saying. If it's on the internet,
so
it must be true.
That the house mascot is a badger.
Badger. A honey badger, right? See, there you go. That's how you spin it. No.
So I don't like this. Hufflepuff is the most inclusive among the 4 houses. Value hard working, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play.
That's you.
Patience.
Fair play. I like small ball.
That's true. Thing. That's loyalty and dedication and hard work. I guess. See? Okay. So 4 of the 5.
Yeah. I think it fits.
Okay. So I'm a yellow, black. You're a purple, and what?
What?
So Hufflepuff is
blue
yellow
and gray. Blue, dark, maybe blue and gray.
Okay. All right. So what wand are you carrying?
Oh, what wand you carrying?
What you packing?
Mine is a cypress wood wand with a unicorn hair core, 12 1/4 inch, and hard flexibility.
So what does that mean?
Cypress. This is all Wizarding World official stuff, man. This is the real deal. Cypress wands are associated with nobility.
Oh, look at you.
Whenever Ollivander wrote that when he was always honored to match a cypress wand, for he knew he was meeting a witch or wizard who would die a heroic death. But in less bloodthirsty times like now, they're rarely called to lay their lives down, but they would. Wands of cypress find their soulmates among the brave, the bold, and the self-sacrificing, those who are unafraid to confront the shadows in their own and others' natures.
So you're saying you're bold.
Evidently so. And then the unicorn hair is the most consistent magic and the least subject to fluctuations and blockages. So I take that to mean that it is the most efficient, and I'm a very efficient person, so that fits.
That is very true. All right, so mine, I am pine wood with a dragon heartstring core, 13 1/4 inch, and pliant flexibility.
Okay.
So you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Pine is a straight-grained wood and always chooses an independent and individual master who may be seen as a loner. Well, that's not me. Intriguing or perhaps mysterious. Pine wands like to be used creatively and will adapt to new spells better than most would. Most wand makers, including Ollivander, believes that pine wands work best for the owners that are destined to live long lives.
And interestingly enough, it says that the pine wand is one of those that is most sensitive to nonverbal magic. Mm-hmm. And if you had any kind of magic, it would be verbal.
Very much so.
Just
But-
saying.
Everything else in there, I mean, I'm pretty creative with the broadcasting, with the
Sure.
singing, with all that stuff. But the Dragonheart core is what kind of worries me a little bit. But once I started reading, it's like, yeah, this is neat. Typically, heartstring wands are usually the most powerful and capable of the most flamboyant spells. There you go. Dragon wands usually learn more quickly, although they can change allegiance if they are won from their original master. They always bond strongly with their current owner. I'm a very strong-minded, strong-willed person,
So
and I
the,
bond
Yeah,
with
go ahead.
friends pretty easily.
with
which
great
is-
loyalty. So your wand is very loyal to you, and you're very loyal to others. Therefore, your wand matches with a Hufflepuff.
That's what I'm hearing.
And
Although,
it's interesting because they say the wand chooses the master. So it makes sense for you to have a wand that responds more to nonverbal because your verbal so strong. It would have to be sensitive to the nonverbal magic because that's what you have the least of.
probably.
See, there
I
you
hate what
go.
you're saying.
We have
I hate
gone.
that you're saying that.
We have gone all the way down this, man. We are dedicated to this one.
Yeah,
All right.
we are. All right, fine. All right, and then it asks us what our Patronus is. Now we have to go through a weird sort of test to get to what your Patronus is.
Yeah.
What did your weird test lead you to?
Mine was a dun mare, and that is a horse that has like a yellow coloring to it, and it says it's very unique. But the thing that's interesting that we were kind of laughing at when we were going through this was that horses in general are symbolic of freedom, adventure, and victory. But the dun mare means that you find comfort living on the wild side.
No,
Not quite, but it does say you're not someone who likes to take direction from anyone else, which can be true. And it also says that it takes a while for someone to earn your trust because you don't share your time with just anyone, which is also true. So
I don't know
in
though,
a way,
man.
it
I mean,
lines up.
it didn't take me that long to earn your trust.
Just because you are who you are.
That's true.
I mean,
I'm
what you
flamboyant.
see is what you get. WYSIWYG with Dave, you know. I mean,
you either like me or you don't like me. That's kind of how I am.
What about you with your Patronus?
All right, so I'm the Black Swan Patronus.
Okay,
which,
Natalie Portman.
I mean, that's exactly what you said when I told you that. So it says, if your Patronus is a Black Swan, then you are like, this is so me. Then it is likely you are a highly emotional individual. Check.
Check.
Your passion allows you to devote yourself to your interests and become an expert in your chosen field. I don't want to say expert, but you become...
Well, I mean, you align your passion with your interest. Look what we're doing right now.
Right, exactly. Only a person of a true kind nature with an amazing depth of emotion can conjure the Black Swan Patronus. Check. Okay, you got me with the Black Swan. I'm a little off
There
with
you
Hufflepuff, but I think I'm there with all the other stuff. So
There's got to be something there with the Hufflepuff, though, man. There's got to be one answer you answered, or one set of questions you answered so methodically and consistently that it keeps going back to that.
yeah, I mean, so the whole deal is I kind of wanted to be Slytherin, but I don't know if I'm conniving enough to be Slytherin.
See, that's the problem is you don't use situations. I wouldn't say that you use situations to your advantage, like in an unfair way.
No.
That you always look for fairness, which is the core value of Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I know. But I'm brave, which is the core value of Gryffindor.
Well, you can share traits. It's what's the dominant trait.
So
what shines through is the theme of your life.
So Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, I guess will be what my my trait share would be.
Yeah.
Which
that's
is
why
funny.
the sorting hat allows you to choose, because you can technically fit the mold for more than one.
Yeah. Which is because Harry fit the mold for Gryffindor and Slytherin.
That's right. But not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin.
Not Slytherin,
eh?
But it's very funny because my wife's Slytherin. Amanda was totally a Slytherin. I believe
that's where she got sorted to?
Yeah, that's what she got
Really?
sorted to. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
I believe I share a house with your wife.
You do. Blair is a Hufflepuff, yeah.
Yes.
And that one fits 110%.
Yeah, I know. But hers, she likes quiet. She likes, me time. I don't. I'm
Dave likes
ready for
us
this.
time.
I like all the time.
All of us time.
Yep. All right, Adam. So let's end it here. This is a good short show. I think we went longer than we wanted to, but
Okay.
it's us. We're learning. The short thing. So Adam, if they want to tell us about their Patronus, their house, first off, what is it? Wizardingworld.com. If they want to learn about their houses, their wands, their Patronus, you can choose your, which I don't get why did you have to choose all your stuff? But anyway, wizardingworld.com. So if you want to do that and tell us what your wizardingworld.com profile is, what's that phone number?
It's 650 UAB show is the number. 650 UAB show. Spell it out on your keypad. You hear a quick message from us, then the beep. Leave your message, tell us what it is, or take a screenshot of it, post it out on the socials. What would those socials be, Dave?
Socials would be Instagram. We are Unrelated at Birth. I am D Adams 419. He is Run Tide Run. On the Twitters, I am D Adams 419. He is Run Tide Run, and we are Not Related Bros. And my camera just fell down. And so we, find us anywhere. Facebook.com/Unrelated at Birth. You can join the group Unrelated at Birth, fan club, listeners group, something like that. I don't remember what we called it. We do have our Patreon. If you would like to join it, patreon.com/Unrelated at Birth. Just do it. I mean, I think we're going to do Zoom calls with our patrons, our siblings, as we call them. And we can just do a little chat, hang out, whatever. We got a lot of stuff we can do. But guys, we'll end it here. We love you guys. We will talk to y'all next time. Adam, take them home.
All right, yeah, guys, we love you. Thanks for putting up with us and listening to us geek out about Harry Potter. We love you, but not as much as Jesus does. Be kind to each other. Stay safe. Wash your hands and stay at home while all of this madness is going on. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Okay. Ready?
Let's do it.